Hey, what's up, everybody? Logan Allec, CPA here. Today, I'm doing my annual review of the TurboTax tax software. Yes, the most recent version of TurboTax just dropped. This version is for filing your 2022 tax returns that are due in 2023, in April 2023, or in October 2023, if you file for an extension. I'm going to put on my CPA hat, not literally, just figuratively, and walk through a sample tax return here in TurboTax like I do every year, and just let you know my candid thoughts on the software as we go through it. Before I get into it, I want to mention today's sponsors for the video, for this little video you're going to watch. The first sponsor is my very own personal finance blog, moneydoneright.com. I share a lot of good stuff on this site, not just about taxes. We talk taxes a lot, but also ways to make money. For example, the featured article right now is called 31 Things to Sell to Make Money. We did kind of a lot of research into this, giving you various tips on things you can sell to make money and some pointers there. Second sponsor for today's video is another one of my companies, Choice Tax Relief. At Choice Tax Relief, we help individuals who owe the IRS or their state taxing authority at least $10,000 in back taxes. If you would like to have a chat with one of our tax consultants, you can give that number a call. Let me move me really quickly. You can give the number you can see at the top of the top right-hand side there of the screen, 866-8000-TAX, or you can fill out the form on the site, and one of our tax consultants will reach out to you. All right, so without further ado, let us go to TurboTax. And here we are, folks. I do have a link to TurboTax in the description below. It's go.moneydoneright.com/TurboTax. If you'd like to use my link, support the channel here, you can do that, or you cannot. All right, so what have we got this time? This is actually my first time on the TurboTax site since when I did the last review. We got the pricing down here. We got the 4 different versions. These haven't really changed much from last year. We got the free edition, Deluxe, Premier, and Self-Employed. The prices that you see on here for the paid editions, Deluxe, Premier, and Self-Employed, they do tend to go up throughout the tax filing season. So it's generally in your best interest to file as early as you can. Obviously, you can't file as I'm recording this video, because I'm recording this video in December, and 2022 isn't over yet, so you don't have any of your tax documents to go off of. But before I get into preparing the dummy return here, I want to talk about what kinds of returns would qualify for the free edition, the Deluxe edition, the Premier edition, and the Self-Employed edition. So the free edition, you can click here. It says see if you qualify, and it basically gives you the situations that are covered by the free edition. So if you have W-2 income, right, if you have a little bit of interest and dividend income, and just FYI for a little bit, they mean $1,500 or less. Basically, you have to file Schedule B to report your dividend or interest income, meaning at over $1,500 of taxable interest or dividend income, then you would not qualify for the free edition. You'd have to level up. What else we got here? I've got 1099K stuff, so hobby, personal property, rental, personal item sales, income reported Form 1099K. By the way, folks, many of you know this. I made a video about this, I don't know, a year and a half ago. New reporting requirements for the 1099K applies to PayPal, Venmo, not Zelle, but things like PayPal and Venmo, stuff like that. New threshold, $600. Used to be $20,000 in transactions and 200 transactions. Now it is only $600. So if you made $600 or more, or was paid to you through PayPal, or Venmo or another processor like that, you will be getting a 1099K. I made a video about that, kind of explaining all the rules there and how to handle that. I'll put a link to that video in the description below if I remember it. If you take the standard deduction, earned income credit, child tax credit, student loan interest deduction, not covered if you itemize your deductions. If you have business income, stock sales, rental property, and credits and deductions other than student loan interest deduction, child tax credit, earned income credit, and the standard deduction. So the Deluxe edition, this is for folks I believe, this is if you have itemized deductions. So if you itemize your deductions, right, if your combined home mortgage interest, charitable contributions, state and local taxes plus property taxes up to the $10,000 cap, if you add all those up and it's greater than your standard deduction, you generally want to itemize your deductions. You need to use the Deluxe edition. Premier, it says investments and rental property. So this is if you're filing Schedule D, right? If you have capital gains and losses. Schedule E, if you have a rental property, you'd have to go with the Premier edition. Self-employed is if you have Schedule C, right? Schedule C, you're a 1099 earner. Maybe you don't have a 1099, but you still have self-employment income. You'd have to go with the self-employed edition. And you can see all the price points here for the paid editions. The price points listed here are only for the federal. The state is additional. So for Deluxe, for example, it'd be $39 for federal, and it looks like $39 for state right now, right now. So that's what, $78 total. The prices do tend to go up later into the filing season. So if you're not sure which bucket you fall into, for example, you don't know if your itemized deductions exceed your standard deduction, especially because the standard deduction is so large now thanks to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, I would say start with the free edition here. TurboTax will let you know if you do need to upgrade. All right, so then TurboTax is going to ask, how did you do your taxes last year? So it wants to know this because if you use TurboTax and want to import that, some of your basic personal data from your last year's TurboTax, but I'm going to assume we're starting from scratch. So I'm going to say, I use a different tax software or website just for the sake of example here. All right, so then we're going to continue. Then we got to sign in to Intuit. I already have an Intuit login, so I'm just going to put mine in. If you need to create one, you would have to create one by hitting create account. Actually, okay, this is to create account. I'll just create one. All right, never mind. I just used the one that I used last year. So you can, if you have an existing TurboTax ID, you can input it, log in that way, or you have to create one from scratch on that previous page. It's asking for my phone number. I don't think this is necessary. This is just, I guess, if you get locked out of your account or something, they can verify you with your phone number. Maybe if you want to set up two-factor authentication, perhaps. I'm going to say skip for now. All right, and here we are. We're in TurboTax. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We'll ask questions you already know the answers to, and real experts are standing by. I think they're really pushing that, the TurboTax expert thing where you can pay for a certified tax professional to help you with your return. All right, so now you got to input the basic information about yourself. Obviously, this information goes on your tax return. So the taxpayer this year, her name is Sandy. Get this, Beach. You like that? Spelled beach, not beach. Date of birth. You know what? Let's do July 4th, 1976. She's a patriot. Zip code. Let's do 90000. If you live outside of the U.S., you check that box. We're assuming this person isn't. We're assuming this individual lives in California, where I live. Great to meet you, Sandy. We love our customers. We're glad you're one of them. Aw. How do you feel about doing your taxes? Let me shrink me a little bit so you can see what's going on. I'm going to say great. And I've got to scroll down here. Now let's talk a bit about your life. What will your marital status be on December 31st, 2022, right? They're asking what will your marital status be, because I'm recording this in 2022. If you're watching this in 2023, I'm sure it will say what was your marital status on December 31st, 2022, because it is your marital status at the end of the year that determines your marital status for the entire tax year. So if you were married all the way from January 1st, 2022 until December 30th, but then you were legally divorced on December 31st, then you're not married for tax purposes. You couldn't file married filing jointly or married filing separately because you weren't actually married. Your choice would be single, head of household, whatever. I'm going to assume that Sandy Beach is single. That's going to ask if any of these apply in 2022. I'm going to say yes, she has a child. Just going to say that she paid rent. There we go. Okay, I'm going to say that she did have a job working at a big company. You know what? I want to see how they do handle the 1099K issue, right? Because that's everybody's up in arms about that. So I'm going to say she has a 1099K. Bank account interest. So job expenses for W-2 income, you can't deduct these anymore. You used to be able to, if you itemize your deduction, you could deduct them for federal tax purposes, but some states still give you unreimbursed job expenses for your W-2. California does, but I don't want to get into that complexity just in this sample return here, so I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna touch crypto. I might do a crypto tax video at some point, but I don't want, it's kind of beyond the scope of this TurboTax review and walkthrough. All right, so you're off to a great start, Sandy. You and your family will ask about any children, you know, for the earned income credit, child independent care credit. I don't know why they don't put the child tax credit on there. Okay, you're going to ask about your income and your tax breaks. Okay. Limit offers you receive to only what you need. If you choose to sign this consent form, we will simplify your offers to what fits your needs, which means you'll see fewer offers overall. So this is kind of different. I've talked about this consent form in my previous TurboTax review videos for last year and the year before. I don't remember this language here. I've never signed this. I do not believe that you have to. So look at this. Unless authorized by law, we cannot use your tax return information for purposes other than the preparation and filing of your tax return without your consent. My understanding is if you consent, if you sign this form, then TurboTax can show you offers, right, that fit your tax situation. Communicate about non-tax products you may benefit from. I'm guessing maybe if you have a mortgage or something, and they see you're at a high interest rate, they might send you refinance offers if rates dip in the future. Anyway, you do not have to sign this. I do like how this here, it looks like they're a little bit better about clarifying that this is not necessary, because I think many people are just going to blow through this and fill this sucker out, right, without thinking, because they think it's part of it. You don't have to. So I'm going to hit decline. Well, oh, okay. Now you actually have to decline and say I decline. I think before you didn't have to. Anyway, that's not really a tax thing. I'm not going to dwell on that. All right, we need a few more details from you. That's more of a TurboTax Intuit marketing thing. All right, Sandy Beach, Social Security number. I actually prepared some fake tax forms. And what is Sandy's made-up Social Security number? 777-665544. I can remember that. Doesn't really matter because it's made up anyway. 777-665544. What should Sandy be? Sandy should be a lifeguard, I think. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, it gives you choices. Oh, not just a lifeguard, not a swimming pool lifeguard at the local pool, a beach lifeguard. That's what we're going for. Are you a member or former member of the armed forces? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that lives in California, that she lived in California the whole year, that no one else can claim her as dependent. She's not blind. Would not want a blind or even a legally blind person being my beach lifeguard. Sandy's not dead. English is fine. Okay. Single, like I said previously. Okay, so we're going to say that she has a daughter, so we're going to talk about her dependent daughter or son. Let's do daughter. Let's say it's her child. All right, continue. Maybe I should zoom out so I get this on the screen. What's the baby? Let's say it's a baby. Let's say the name is Baby Beach. Let's say a little baby Beach was born on January 1st. Let's say she's a baby, 2022, let's say. A true baby in every sense of the word, but soon to be a 1-year-old, which I guess is not a baby. So let's say baby is my daughter. Not disabled, did not pass away. Adopted, now let's just say it's a biological child. Tell us more about baby's living situation. Baby lived with you the whole year. Yes, we're going to say yes. By the way, you would put the actual child's name. Maybe this was not smart for me to say baby. I'm pretending the child's name is baby. You would obviously put the actual child's name, just so we're clear on that. Yes, lived in the U.S. all year. Did baby pay for more than half her living expenses and other support? We know baby's a baby. We have to ask. Gonna say no. I guess if the baby is like some model or something, some super baby model, maybe they could earn their own keep. Do you have a written or verbal agreement with baby's other parent about who can claim baby? Right. So because we said that Sandy Beach is single, but she has a daughter, they're thinking about, well, what about the other parent? I'm gonna say no. Let's just say other parents out of the picture. Where did baby spend the most nights? Going to say that baby lived with Sandy Beach the whole year, and that Sandy is planning to claim the baby. We get a lot of people calling in with disputes about an ex or something about maybe not even ex, maybe just the other parent about claiming the child. But generally, if there's not some written agreement or something, and the other person hasn't given the right to claim it to the other parent, it's going to be based on where the child spent the most nights. Did a relative of babies live in your home for more than half it? And I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the household is just Sandy and her baby Beach. Yay. All right. They have these explain why. That's new. That must be a new trademark of theirs. I like how TurboTax has these little kind of explainers as you go along. That's cool. Baby social, I'm going to say 111, 11. Hopefully it'll take it. Okay, it doesn't take it. I'll have to get a little more creative than that. All right. So let's say that's the only dependent in the house. What did I say that their address is? 123 Ocean Drive, Faketown, California. Phone number, I'm not going to put that. I hope it'll take it without it. Good. All right. Did you make any other state? I'm going to say no. Sandy was just the beach lifeguard there in Faketown. Did you pay more than half the cost to keep up your home? I'm going to say yes. She paid for the entire household, so she's had a household, right? Because she wasn't married, and she has a dependent. Head of household is more favorable because you have lower tax rates for your income. Some of your info is missing. What's missing? Some of your info is missing. You can edit it now or just add it later when you're ready to file. Do you see anything missing here, folks? Oh, okay. It does want the phone number. Well, I'll have to come up with a fake phone number. I wish it would have told me that before, right? Because it let me just go right through the screen without letting me know I had to add it. TurboTax, if you watch this, fix that. I don't know, 213-132-3123. Looks real. What? Gosh, okay. 444-5566. There we go. I guess it validates the phone numbers. My phone number is too fake. All right. Here's the upsell. Get access to advice, special support with Plus to feel confident about your taxes all year long. I get it, right? She is going to qualify for the free edition, I believe, even with the 1099K. Yes, I think so. And they want to make a little money, right? Because there's some server load here. They're providing a service for free, and they want to upsell. They want to make a little money here. So, they're saying, option to pay with your refund, but what's she paying for? She qualifies for the free edition. Audit defense. She doesn't need audit defense, right? Identity protection insurance. Okay. I mean, I haven't really looked into this, who's the provider here and all that. Support specialist. I mean, all this stuff, it's questionable whether somebody with as simple a situation as Ms. Sandy Beach of Faketown, California actually needs this. But I get it. They need to make money. I get it. And I always love it when companies or these internet gurus who are upselling you on something say, oh, this is a 10,700, 200 value, and it could be yours today for just, $500 or something. It's the same thing here. Like who determines that value? I don't know. It's just marketing, folks. I'm going to say not now. And I would too if I was actually this Sandy Beach. All right, let's talk about your income next. What's new with income tax rates this year? So I like the links they have here to various topics. Okay, so this looks like the head of household. Yeah, head of household tax bracket. So that's personalized to her. There's obviously different rates for single, head of household, married filing jointly, married filing separately. Okay, so add my income. All right, let's work on the W-2. They have like an import feature. Obviously, if you have a larger employer, you can import your W-2 information, but Sandy Beach does work for a large employer, but the employer is fake. So it's not going to recognize the EIN because it is completely false. Box 1 is $83,867.54. Okay. Provided by Ceridian. I remember the import feature in prior years. I don't remember that name though. So you can hit continue, right? If you have a real employer, usually the big ones let you import. Because this is a fake employer, you're not going to be able to import, right? So you could try to upload it from your computer. I'm just going to type it in myself for your education. Employer name, I think I called it, big company. Let's see. 633 West 5th Street, 90071. Oh, it detected the city from the zip code. Control number, you don't have to put this in. Employee info, I've already input that previously, so it just pulls that in. What was it? 83,867.54? Let's see. 83,867.54. Federal income tax withheld 7,205.80. Social Security wages is 83,998.79. Social Security tax withheld is, I'm looking over here by the way, so 5,207.92. That's box 4. Box 5, Medicare wages and tips. It's going to be the same. If she made more than the Social Security wage limits, it would be different, but she doesn't. So in this case, it's the same. Box 6, Medicare tax withheld. We're looking here, 1,217.98. Less common items. Let's see what she's got in boxes 7 through 11. I don't think I made up anything for her there. No, nothing 7 through 11. All right, the box 12 codes. 12C, 417.49. Which is group term life insurance. It's 12. I think she had box D in there, which is your 401k. Contributions, 131.25. Then we got some double D's. Cost of employer-sponsored health coverage, 24,199.76. All right. Retirement plan, box is checked because she is eligible to contribute to 401k. 14, this is just a California thing. Throw it on here. 835.81. Where would we put that? See, some tax software, I think they would have like a separate thing for it. So you kind of got to guess sometimes where to put it. I'm going to put CASDI right here. It doesn't really matter for her because it would only matter if she was itemizing her deductions, right? But we're going to see if she's taking the standard deduction. So it doesn't affect her tax situation anyway. All right, state. Got to put your state stuff. I think the state ID, I just did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. State wages, tips is the same, 83867.54. The preview 4848.62, 48 state income tax withheld. That is down here on box 17, 4848.62. I'm going to assume no local taxes. Some states have cities that like local taxes. Michigan, Ohio, New York City. Okay, and so now, was this here before? No. One thing I like about TurboTax, some other tax softwares do this too, is it kind of shows you your running refund amount up here. It'll change though as I work through this return. Uncommon situation, I'm going to say none of these apply to me just for the sake of this example. Obviously, you check one of those boxes if something applied to you. All right, double check your W-2 information. Wonderful. I'm going to say that did not withdraw from from the retirement plan, did not get dividends from holding company stocks or shares, did not own or control a foreign bank account, trust, or financial asset. This is a very important question, folks. There are FinCEN, formerly known as FBAR, filing requirements that the IRS takes extremely seriously. Just this week, someone reached out to us at Choice Tax Relief, where the IRS assessed him almost $500,000 for not disclosing foreign bank accounts that he may or may not have signature authority over. Went to appeals. I think he took it to appeals himself. Appeals lowered it a little bit, but he still owed 6 figures in penalties. Now the Department of Justice may file suit against him. So do not answer this question incorrectly. You must disclose your foreign assets aggregate value exceeds $10,000 at any point during the year. Okay. Anyway. End my foreign reporting rant. Okay, I want to see how they handle the 1099K thing, because that's got a lot of people freaked out. It's like, oh my gosh, I sold some stuff, on eBay, and now I got this 1099K. I sold $600 worth of stuff, and I got this 1099K, but I didn't really make any money off of it because I sold it for less than I bought it for, because it's just used stuff. So let's see how they handle this. Okay, did you get 1099K? I'm going to say yes. Okay, I like how they're asking what was this for, right? Because I think this here, personal item sales, is what's tripping a lot of people up, right? I mean, they get it, right? If you do some work for somebody, like a gig, and they pay you through Venmo, that's taxable, folks. I mean, maybe you got away with it before, but that's taxable income. That's self-employment income. You can take deductions against it, but that's income. But so I'm going to select personal item sales, because I think this is the thing that's stripping people out. They sell something, they sell more than $600 worth of stuff. I don't know, Facebook Marketplace, something, right? And they're paid through Venmo. Now they're getting this 1099K. All right, who paid you? I'm just going to say PayPal. I didn't actually prepare a fake 1099K here, so I'm kind of winging it here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Please take that. I'm going to say let's say that they made $1,000. No, let's just say 600, right? 600. Let's say 1,000. Make it easy. I'm going to say no income withheld. Okay. You'll need to add additional information for a sale in other sections. Okay, so they're making. How do I enter personal item sales? Okay, 1099K summary. Click done. On your investments and savings summary screen, you'll see a line item for your 1099K income. Select edit or review and enter the information for the first personal item sale. Be sure to select personal items under the what type of investment did you sell. Cost or other basis amount should be the amount you originally paid for the item. Okay. Right. Okay, so let's see how this goes. It looks like the input's in another section. So we're going to have to see. So I think the 1099K is done, because it says we're going to input the cost basis in another section. The cost basis is what you paid for the thing, right? If we don't enter the cost basis, then this $1,000 is going to be taxable, right? Let's say she sold a bunch of junk at a garage sale, and then she got paid with Venmo or on something like that. If it's used stuff, used personal items, chances are she paid a lot more for those items historically, right, than the $1,000 that she sold them for at the garage sale or on eBay, right? So, but we got to tell TurboTax that. So they know that, oh, no, we actually didn't make money off of it. She's not going to be able to deduct a loss because it's a personal item. But, TurboTax needs to know that she paid more for those items than the $1,000 that, was paid to her through Venmo on the 1099K, if that makes sense. Now, great. You don't have to look for it. It's showing you here. We need to review something here. So let's see if that's it. This is a little confusing because it says PayPal Inc., which is a 1099K payer, but then it says stocks, bonds, etc. I mean, I understand why they're doing it this way, but it's confusing because there's no 1099B here. It's a 1099K, and we're not talking stocks, bonds. We're talking about selling your clothes at a garage sale and getting paid Venmo for it, right? So, but I think this is where you have to input it. Ooh, this is confusing. This is actually really confusing. I can see people get. Oh my goodness! Because you sold investments, you need to upgrade to TurboTax Premier. Really? But hold on, folks. Now I'm really confused here because it said in the free edition, who qualifies for the free edition. Situations covered, assuming no added tax complexity. Hobby, personal property rental, or personal sale items reported on Form 1099K. I said it was a personal sale item at 1099K. Trying to follow the instructions here. No, we don't need Schedule D for this. This is maybe this isn't the right place to input it. What? Okay, let me go back here. Okay. I don't know. This is the first time I've been in, done this in TurboTax, this 1099K thing. So let me see if there's another place to report it, folks. Okay, let's say pick up where you left off. Okay. Really? I think it's making me upgrade for the 1099K for the personal items. There it is right there. Shame on you, TurboTax. I'm going to actually tweet them about this. I don't know if they'll listen to me, but it clearly says right here, the TurboTax free edition covers hobby, personal property rental, or personal sale items income report on Form 1099K. But when I'm trying to follow the instructions to do what it says, it's trying to make me upgrade. So that's a pain in the butt, and I think that's going to be a big problem this year when all these people who got these 1099Ks that aren't taxable because they're not for a business, it's just for selling personal stuff, they're going to have to upgrade. Whoo-wee. You heard it here first, folks. I hope they get a fix for this. All right, did you take a disaster distribution? I'm going to say no, I didn't. This is if you took out, money from your, qualifying retirement accounts like your IRA, and then you were able to. Actually, no, this is a different thing. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the same thing. This includes distribution for COVID-19 under CARES Act in 2020, right? So if you took out money from your, IRA, like $100,000 from your IRA in 2020, COVID related. Then you can, pay it back over a few years. So, and you won't be subject to the penalties and all that. But that's a kind of complicated situation. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no digital assets. Obviously, if you dabbled in crypto, you'd answer yes. I could be doing better. The 1099K thing kind of threw me off there, TurboTax. Something else. You said that the free edition covers, sales of what's their exact phrasing? Sales of personal items. Personal sale covers personal sale item income report on Form 1099-K, but there doesn't appear to be a way to complete the reporting for that with the free edition. Please fix. Okay, so I'm going to say find tax breaks. Okay, so it says a standard deduction, $19,400. That's a standard deduction for 2022 for head of household. It's better because Sandy Beach here doesn't have sufficient itemized deductions, doesn't have itemized deductions in excess of that standard deduction amount, right? Which makes sense. He doesn't own a home or anything, so that seems correct. Car registration fee. Now, here's the thing, though. Her state itemized deductions, the standard deduction for her state, in this case California, is likely a lot lower than her standard deduction for federal tax purposes, right? So it still might be worth it to input itemized deductions for your state, right? But in Sandy's case, her itemized deductions are so minimal, I'm assuming. So I'm just going to say no. No home. So last year, right? Even if you took the standard deduction, you could still get a $300 deduction, $600 if married filing jointly, for charitable contributions. That is not a thing in 2022. I'm still going to say that she gave a little bit. It's still going to be a standard deduction though. Yeah. All right. So okay, sounds good. You can elect to itemize if you want to. I don't know why you would. Actually, there are some circumstances where you would, but probably not applicable to any of you. Let's find other tax breaks. Did you pay for child or dependent care? I'm going to say yes. Because Sandy Beach is working at the lifeguard. Someone's got to take care of Baby Beach. I'm going to say no student loans. I'm going to say no estimated tax payments. I'm going to say no HSA. Although HSA is a great account. I have an HSA. I've always contributed and invested what I put in. I'm going to say no foreign taxes, no foreign tax credit, no alimony. I'm going to say no IRA contributions, none of that. No teacher expenses. All right, so let's do child and other dependent care. Can't do it. I'm too early. That's all right. Basically, you got to put in, the name of the daycare center, the EIN, how much you paid them, all that good stuff. So I can't do that, unfortunately. Well, yes, I told you this, but you told me it's not ready until December 8th. Maybe it is. For Baby Beach. All right, let's say, how much? I don't know. Let's say she paid $12,000. It should limit it. All right, you got to put the, I don't know, let's call it Fake Town. I don't know why I'm capitalizing everything. Fake Town Daycare, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3. I don't know. 2 and 3, 4, completely fake. 1, 2, 3, Fake Drive, Los Angeles. This is the address of the fake daycare I'm making up here. Didn't I put this previously? Total paid to the provider in 2022 is what I say, $12,000. Not a household employee. All right, yeah, flexible spending account is smart for this because you can pay out of it, but you use it or lose it. We're asking about care received in 1 year. Did you pay for any 21 care in 2022? I'm going to say no. All right, $600 credit for that. 12,000 paid. She gets a $600 credit. She might get a credit for California too. Oh, but of course you got to upgrade to TurboTax Deluxe to claim it. Yeah, because the only credits that you can get with the free edition are child tax credit and the earned income credit. So she would have to upgrade to get that credit. I'll just sell upgrade later because I'm not paying for anything for this fake. taxpayer. Let's do a quick check for uncommon situations. I'm going to say no. No. Paid the daycare. You want to apply a refund to next year's return? No. No. Let's say no. IP PIN. If you do get an IP PIN, you'll need that IP PIN to e-file your return. There's some other stuff here. Likely doesn't apply to Sandy. So, all right, state taxes. Now I'm going to blow right through this because it's California specific. Most of you out there probably aren't in California. So I'm just going to kind of blast through this here. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to say Los Angeles County. No. Nope. I'm going to say we both had health insurance because California still has a shared responsibility payment, right? If you didn't have health insurance, you got to pay a penalty to California. No longer the case for the 1040 federal return. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say she doesn't have this. Grants received by shuttered venue operators. Nope. Nope. She doesn't have a business. She doesn't have any of this stuff, right? Itemized deductions, like I said, you might want to input them for state, even if you take the standard deduction for Fed, or you might want to input them in the software, even if you know you won't itemize for Fed, in case you might itemize for state, because your state standard deduction is probably a heck of a lot smaller than your federal standard deduction, if your state has a standard deduction. All right, so here's some income that this California handles differently. I'm going to say none of that applies here because she has a very relatively straightforward tax situation. All right, child independent care credit, right? There's one. California has one as well. Unearned income, other funds received. I'm going to say she has none of that. I'm going to say nope, did not share custody of baby. Yeah, paid $12,000. There's the California child independent care credit. I'm going to say yes, she paid rent. No, can't plead counted as appendant. And I'm going to say that no, did not rent from any of these. Government-owned building, just rented from a normal apartment. No property tax exemption, was not married in 2022, qualifies for the renter's credit. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no AMT. All right, so I'm not going to really spend too much time with California because, again, it's state-specific. Most of you out there are probably not in California, although many of you are. It is the most populous state. All right, let's keep going. Did I already answer this stuff? Okay. Okay, you can register to vote if you want to. That's cool. I don't remember that last year in TurboTax. I'm going to say no. I'm going to assume she's already. Register to vote. Okay, so it looks like a lot of this stuff is not ready to file yet. Well, obviously, it's not even the end of the year yet as I'm recording this. And so these are given estimated dates when these forms will be ready to file. Again, it's California specific, not applicable to everybody. Not going to really dwell on that. Okay, wonderful. Here's that upsell again. I've already discussed it. I'm going to say no. Okay, so I'm still worried because I think this return is still incorrect because of that 1099K that I assume TurboTax still thinks is taxable. And I want to see, is it giving me a breakdown here? Where's the federal review? This is annoying. I click federal review and it brings me to state. Yeah, so it is including this $1,000 here in her taxable income, but I said it's personal, and I want to input that she paid more for it than $1,000, which would make it have no tax effect. Because watch, if I remove this $1,000, I bet that federal refund amount is going to go up. Because right now it's considering it taxable. So let me put 0 here, and let's see if this federal refund amount goes up. Let's see. Huh, I wonder why it didn't go up. No, we already discussed this. No, maybe it's not considering it taxable. I want to see wages and income again. Huh. Ah, where is it now? No, there's no 1099B. Okay, this 1099K thing is really annoying me here because, I'm a CPA and I'm having trouble figuring out how to. Where's 1099K? Okay, all right, 1099K. No, it's not it. Okay, I don't. Where? How do I get to the screen where I say I got a 1099K for? It's not an investment. Wait, did the California refund? Let's see. How do I get to the 1099K? Okay, other common income. Revisit. Okay, let's say personal item sales. Let's say I sold 5,000. Federal refund should go down if it's considering it taxable. Where's the $5,000? Why isn't it there? Okay. I think I got tripped up because remember that thing on the right hand side that was like, well, here's how to input how much you paid for the items. I thought I had to input that in order to tell TurboTax that, hey, this isn't taxable. But maybe it's just assuming that because I said that it's a personal item, that it's not taxable. Let's see if I said it was self-employment income. I don't know, selling on eBay. Okay. So TurboTax is assuming that if you say it's a personal item sale, that it's not taxable. Okay? Right. Later, you'll enter more info about the items you sold so we can calculate your income on them. If you sold an item for less than you paid, you won't owe any tax. Exactly. But I never input how much I paid for these items, and yet it's still considering it non-taxable. Right? Because even if I put 0 here, or 5,000, it's not. These numbers aren't changing. And it says here, right, that you need to, input it. Okay, on your investment and savings summary screen, you'll see a line for your 1099K income. Select edit or review. Okay, investments and savings summary screen. Select personal items under what type of investment did you sell. Where's investments and savings summary? Let's see. Okay. Maybe I click this. No, it's asking for brokerage. Huh. Okay, it said investment and savings summary screen, right? Investment and savings, yes. Okay. Where can I report personal items? No, that wasn't through a brokerage. Okay, here we go. Other. Still confusing because it says 1099S, which is not the form for this, right? 1099S is for like if you sell your house. I'm going to hit other. Back to this. Okay, I give up. I don't want to upgrade to Premiere, obviously, because this is a fake return. I'm not going to pay TurboTax for a fake return. But it said that, you should be able to do personal item sales income on a simple return. Obviously, if you're selling a personal item, you're going to want to input what you paid for it, right? Unless you got it as a gift. Even then, you would want to input it. All right, I think I might complain to TurboTax about this because it's extremely not clear. It tells you to do something, and then it wants to charge you for it when it implies to me here that would be free. All right, folks, so let's wrap up with some pros and cons. Pros, TurboTax, it is, other than a few things, it is, in general, pretty user-friendly. It kind of it handholds you from step to step to step. If you're familiar with some other tax softwares, you kind of got to pick and choose what part of the return you want to work on next. Another pro would be kind of little educational kind of snippets that TurboTax gives you throughout the process, so you can be educated about your own tax return. Also, the TurboTax, it seems to be accurate, just from what I could tell. Granted, it was a simple return, not really a whole lot it could get wrong there. Overall, it's a decent product. Good product. I would say it's probably the most user-friendly tax software out there. Cons, there were some instances where I input something and then I had to input it again. That kind of annoyed me. The whole 1099K thing, I think they got to work that out. That's going to confuse people. It was confusing me. Wanted me to upsell, or wanted to sell me on the Premier Edition, even though it says that personal item sales at 1099K, you can do that with the free edition. Another kind of con is the upsells in the as you go through it. This Sandy Beach fake taxpayer, she does not need all that stuff, right, that they're trying to upsell her for. The security thing and on the identity protection, I don't know, maybe that's worth it, maybe not, I don't know. But upsells are a little annoying. There's only 2 though, so in terms of the standard upsells, right? If it thinks you need to upgrade your edition, it'll upsell you that, right? But and then finally, the last pro is that it's expensive. It's the most expensive retail tax software out there. But you are paying for the ease of use and the user experience. It does feel very seamless most of the time, right? There are those frustrations I had, especially the 1099K issue. But overall, good product. If you want to use it, you can check out my link in the description below. I'll get a small commission if you use one of the paid editions and you go through my link. I also plan on doing other tax software reviews throughout the filing season. You might see those around my head right now on the screen, or you might see some other tax videos around my head right now. Like I said, choicetaxrelief.com. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, we can see what you can do for you. All right, folks, have a good day. Happy filing season. Bye-bye.